Bitcoin recovers after touching 1 month low. The price of Bitcoin is going down again, but they say it might go up as well. The latest news claims that the Mt.Gox exchange might actually pay people back and pay them back in Bitcoin, which could crash the market again. Welcome back, Mt.Gox, and welcome back, Bitcoin price uncertainty. Martine Wismar, will Mt.Gox crash the price of Bitcoin yet again?
Um, Many of the people that lost Bitcoin on Mt. Gox, the price was around $1,000 back then. So yeah, I think some will think, well, it's time to sell. All this hassle. I lost all my coins. I got a tiny little bit back. I still make a profit if I sell now. Let's just sell and grab some profits. On the other hand, I think there will be enough whales that will think buy the dip, buy the dip. Personally, I'm not selling a single Satoshi. Price will climb up very fast. It's good that these Bitcoins hit the market because it will give a little bit of liquidity. I wouldn't worry too much. If the price dips, it will be up in a few weeks, so don't worry about it.
Well, it's funny because I looked at my screenshots. It shows me screenshots from this day sometimes. And 3 years ago on this day, the price of Bitcoin was around $5,000 and it had just fallen 20% from $6,000. So once again, to say that we were at 69,000 and we've crashed to 60,000 when it was worth 5,000 3 years ago, it's just people don't have any kind of understanding of this market. They always call something a crash. I've seen crashes. We went down 90% one time. That's a crash. This is a correction. Dan, Eve, your thoughts on Bitcoin price movement and the return of our good friend Mt.Gox?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible describing it as like a huge, like earth-shattering crash because, saying that Bitcoin crashed all the way down to $59,000 still sounds just so incredibly alien, right? It was like I say, $5,000 when it dropped from 6 to 5, and it's like, oh, 20%. And now that $1,000 like drop is just it's nothing. It was multi-thousand-dollar moves in a day. I mean, I'm not sure how many Bitcoin are going to be released back on from the Mt.Gox sale, but I agree with Martin. There's going to be like a nice mixture, I think, of people that probably thought, well, hey, I wouldn't have held the Bitcoin, all the way from $1,000. I probably would have sold some along the way. So they're kind of seeing it as a good thing, and they'll probably maybe sell a bit of profit. And then you've got the hardcore hodlers that would be like, hey, I would have never sold anything anyway. And so they will keep on holding until it's 100K plus. The laser eye crew, there's got to be a few of those guys in there. But ultimately, we were almost seeing a double top, and not reaching the previous high from all-time high earlier on this year. But obviously, we smashed through that, and that kind of makes me think that this momentum is going to keep on going. Right, it's just going to pop again, and it's December, like coming up. Like what was it in 2017? It was around about the 17th, I think, that we reached 17th, 18th. We reached all-time high. So we may see a bit of like history repeating, the will of the people. So, looking back at the charts of destiny and looking at those days and suddenly buying, in advance of the 17th, 18th, knowing that loads of other people are going to move the markets as well, because it's a very, it's a very reactive market, right? People tend to read a basic bit of information from, say, Elon Musk, and suddenly, buy. So it's very kind of, it's a very emotional market, and I think we're going to see some similar patterns that we saw in 2017 and some new all-time highs.
It's 140,000 Bitcoins. That's what I read somewhere. So that's quite a lot of Bitcoin.
So that's what's that 59,000. That's 8.2 billion, but that's only 8.2 billion is about 8% of the 8.5% of the current total market cap of like 1.1 trillion. So it's a reasonable amount, but it's not a huge amount.
I think Michael Saylor will buy them all.
Well, I agree with Martin here. We've got this is another one of those non-issue issues where they know that there's going to be a huge release of Bitcoin, something like a Black Friday sale, and they're just waiting there with their money, the rich people. And all the other people are freaking out. The price is going up and down, and what am I going to do? And everyone else is just, they're greedy and they're trying to get more cheap Bitcoin. So when it hits that mark, they're going to buy and they'll stack right on top of each other and they'll drive it right back up. And everyone who sold and freaked out in the mid time and they're like, oh, I saw my value. You're just watching it too closely. If you just watch it once every 3 years, you'd be like, oh, 5K, 60K, this is the greatest thing ever. But we don't watch things every 3 years. We're trained by CNBC. We're trained by the Wall Street Journal to check your stocks every day. When everyone knows, if you like a company, if you like Apple or you like Tesla or Rivian or whatever the new thing is, you buy it because you like it, and you buy it long, you wait. They make their products, they're successful, they're not successful. That doesn't happen over the span of a day. It's not like Tesla became a bad investment yesterday, but it's a good investment tomorrow. It's good over 3 years, or it's not good. But they trained you to check every day. So you check every day. So you freak out at every little movement, where the people who don't care, the people who have money, they don't check it every day because they don't care. They're just sitting back.
Thomas, wasn't it Warren Buffett that said, investing is the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient? So
That seems like what's happening now. I think this is definitely the way we're going. Moving on to the exit question, competing against the predictor of predictors, the Bitcoin ball, the source of all truth and knowledge in the universe. We should make whole videos about this thing. This is smarter than any trader or any predictor, any triangle. The price of Bitcoin this time next week, Martin Wismar, higher or lower?
Next week will probably be a little bit higher. Yes, I'm bullish.
Dan Eve.
I'm still going for 69,420. I think I missed it last week.
69,420. And here we are asking the predictor ball. You have to give it a lot of money. It likes to hang out in Dubai. It doesn't like to be where we are. Will the price be higher this time next week? Outlook good. Outlook good. The ball has spoken. If you needed investment advice, trust the ball. No one else knows anything.
Whilst we're still on price, just really quickly, sorry, because it really piqued my interest last month, and we're talking about timeframes. And there was a tweet from Bitcoin, just at the bog standard at Bitcoin. It was the October 14th Bitcoin prices, and I'll just reel through them really quickly. So even if your time preference is just 1 year, 2010 10 cents, 2011 $4 1 cent, 2012 $11, 2013 135, 2014 408, 2015 248, down a bit. This is like doing the charts, isn't it? 2016 639, 2017 5,692, massive leg up there. 2018 6,226, 2019 8,310, 2020 11,393, and then boom, 2021 $57,405. So who can only imagine what it's going to be next year and beyond? And I know it's not all about price.
And the great part about tracking it yearly is that you only have to do one show a year. You only have to watch one show a year. You only have to buy one issue of the Wall Street Journal every year. As long as you could track this yearly, you'd be fine. But again, YouTube algorithm rewards people that do it every day. YouTube algorithm loves those clickbait headlines about how much you're going to make and this new shit coin and all that stuff. You don't need that. You could just buy it, go away, check it once a year, but you don't have that much patience. You love watching it every day.